Hey everybody, it's Jackie Purcell. I'm here with this week's Picture Alaska, and thanks to all of you, our viewers, and we have had a slew of spring photos and even some really cool video from dash cam owners of a fireball that streaked over South Central Alaska just yesterday. That was on Thursday. So let's take a look at some of that. That was really cool. And dash cam video, it's so handy, isn't it? But from the top left, you're kind of see a little bit of a white streak coming through there. This was from Kristen T. Hansen. She was driving her vehicle and also caught that fireball. It is a little hard to see because it's white against a blue sky, but the fact that you could see it over the city during the day, that is pretty impressive. And that's part of the reason that we're calling it a fireball, is because it's a very bright meteor. So thank you so much for sending that in. This is other dash cam video, and this is also from yesterday. Ron Albaugh, he had his dash cam just in the proper direction, perfect to catch that fireball as well, which was about 10:35 a.m. on April 24th across the Anchorage area. So super exciting for so many people to see that. And it was great for you folks to send that in to us, for us to be able to show the rest of not just Alaska, but really, I'm sure people from around the world are interested in things like that. And if you were one of those folks that actually did see that, I want to let you know that, there is a thing called the American Meteor Society, and you can submit reports, you can submit video, you can even submit photos, but it's hard to get a photo within a couple of seconds time, but you could submit maybe a still image from that dash cam. So they love to get reports, just helps verify where some of these meteors or fireballs are being seen. So let's return to some of those images. Again, thank you so much for sending those in. I'll give you the link here at the end. Let's talk about spring. This is a look at thawing out from the mountains down to the marshes. And Dean Dreesen, thank you for sending that in. Just the contrast in those colors makes it look like a painting almost, so thank you. It makes the thaw look beautiful. And we also have some April beauty in the form of some auroras. This is a spectacular display with a little bit of red, purple in there up toward the top. But Eliana Elliott from Southeast Alaska sending that in. Always thank you so much for sharing your views of the state of Alaska with us. So thanks, Eliana. She's sent in some great photos. Also from the interior, another display of aurora, and this coming in the March and April time frame. So it's still dark enough to get some of these nice displays, but pretty soon what Alaska will be, I guess, suffering from is a lot of daylight. Spring buds, thank you to Clem Muma for sending that in. And you can really tell when you look around town or even in other parts of South Central that there is that little sheen of green starting to show up. So the green up is underway. This is a beautiful shot of some high clouds and with a contrail bisecting the sun. This out of Non-Wallach, so thank you to Eugenia Moonin for sending that spring picture in. And it's the spring hunt in Western Alaska. Nick Hawk sending us this photo. Looks like one of the folks taking part, just taking a moment to enjoy that sun on the horizon there. And it looks like they have all the proper safety gear with them, which you want to make sure that even if you're going out for a daytime trip and conditions like that, you want to make sure that you have your safety gear. So thank you to Nick Hawk for sending us that photo. Now, as far as spring, it keeps rolling on with beautiful sunrises as well as sunset. This is a spring sunrise out of Sand Point. Christopher Holmberg with the beautiful soft pastel type colors, and even the water kind of has that blue pink sheen to it. So, and other things that happen in spring, these examples of a roof slow-mo slide. This is out of interior Alaska. Christy Luch sending us that photo in, and it's so funny when they kind of get that big curl, the snow coming off your roof. I've seen people that get their little surfboard or maybe they're even snowboard out and pretend like they're surfing a snow wave. So that would be a good candidate for that. Yes, you could also go into the higher elevation still. There is snowpack. This is a view from Lazy Mountain. Warren Melke, thank you for sending that in. Beautiful blue sky that day with the spring sun. Doesn't look like a lot of melting in the higher elevations. And we're still talking about Mount Spur. And this is Yazzie. She or he is ready for ash. Thank you to Kathy Weidman for sending that in, and not from just the goggles, but I love the gear as well. So thank you, Yazzie, for setting a great example for humans from the canine set. And as far as Mount Spur goes, it's still under watch, but they do say that there is a little bit less activity that would point to an eruption. So good for the spring season so far. Calving season, though, as you move out toward the Williams Reindeer Farm in the valley, this is a photo of not just one, but two little babies out there, and a watchful mom. The other one looks to be going like, hey, what else can I get into? But thank you to Jake for sending that in. Now, as far as where you can send your photos or videos, you can always go to alaskasnewssource.com, and on that top bar, you can see that you'll see Alaska's News Source, but off to the right, the Submit Photos and Videos. Put an arrow there. That's where you would click to submit your photos and videos. So thank you for tuning in to this week's Picture Alaska. We've had some great photos and videos, but we're coming up on some nicer spring weather, some warmer conditions, and I hope you enjoy your days. Have a good one out there.